All right, this is the Illusion reporting from Malibu, California, somewhere on spaceship Earth. I wanted to talk to you tonight about the end of the world, the New World Order, and 2112. They're all a joke. It's not real, man. So relax. Basically, there's four kinds of people. There's and it breaks down into two subcategories. There's those that are asleep and those that are awake. Now, the people that are awake, there's two kinds of those. There's the ones that are awake and they're aware that what they are experiencing isn't exactly what they think it is. And fear is the easiest response to being awake, because we've been programmed through our educational systems and our upbringing to believe that the dream or the hologram is real. So when people awake, the first thing they begin to do is start to look into it. And that brings them to a lot of information like the 2112, the New World Order, and the end of the world hypotheses. Well, that stuff's not real. What that is your ego trying to keep you in fear, because if you're in fear, you're missing the point of being awake and maximizing the dream. And the dream is supposed to be fun, happy, joyous, and free, a good time. So within that paradigm, we check out a lot of alternative medias, and I go watch them all, man. I can attach to the scary dream, but now I know that it's more of a cartoonish, sitcomish reality. Because what are you gonna do? What are you gonna buy? A bunch of water? Buy a bunch of bullets? How many bullets would you need? How much water would you need to survive the scary dream that's the end of the world, 2112, and all that nonsense? It's nonsense, because if you follow the thread of fear and you get to what fear is, the thing that you're afraid of is not becoming one with source energy, God, heaven, whatever you want to call it. And then once you pull the thread on the fear and realize that the fear is your ego attaching to the dream, you shift over to what really being awake is about. And that is basically maximizing the dream, staying on a high energy frequency, and bypassing the scary dream, which is the end of the world, 2112, and all that nonsense. And so the ego's fully aware of all this and wants you to convince you it's real. And so the minute you vibrate past all that nonsense and find true happiness in time and space, because there is no end of the world. Time can never end. The only thing that can end is your physical form attached to your physical form. But if you're a spiritual being woken up in the dream and you've detached from your form, there's nothing to be afraid of, because you can't die. So, that takes us to that group of people that are awake. And then there's the people that are asleep. And that breaks down into two kinds of people. There's the people that are basically asleep but happy, joyous, and free, going about their life fully attached to the dream and the hologram, thinking it's real, thinking everything they've been taught and never told is real. But, they're out raising kids, going to work, going to the beach on Sunday, going to church, just doing all their stuff in a happy, joyous, and free state, which ultimately is beautiful. And then there is the other group, the cartoon characters. These are the people that think they can't have enough, that they can buy their way to happiness. Now, I live out here in Malibu, California, where these people are so prevalent, man. They're all about money, flashy cars, and big, giant houses full of empty rooms stuffed with expensive furniture and art and nonsense. Now, these people are never going to, well, I can't say never. They might wake up eventually when they detach from all their possessions, but they'll never be as happy as the people who are asleep, but just going about their life, not trying to fill their world full of possessions, but just loving the people around them. Now, these cartoon characters are the same ones that have established the end of the world, 2112, New World Order paradigm, because they know that they can't be awake, so they're trying to send enough data into the low frequency vibration to make those awake be afraid. See? Interesting reality, man. So ultimately, the deal here is to stop attaching to the story. You know, for me, I did a lot of realizing that there are no such things as starving children or Hitler or slavery or any of the negative paradigms, because I don't experience them in my life, man. I'm just a surfer who goes to work, pays for his modest little quarters, has his modest little car, and keeps his schedule free to go surfing, be of service to others, and go skateboarding, and do a little writing on my novel and all that kind of stuff, right? But what's really interesting is the cartoon characters who are trying to possess everything in the world ultimately look at me around this town and are horrified that I exist in this town based upon money and possessions, because they see me living a happy, joyous, and free without all the possessions and money. And that makes them crazy, because ultimately all they want to do is be me. But see, all the money in the world can't buy my life, because my life isn't based upon money or possessions. My life is based upon beauty and freedom and joy, and trying to remove the barriers to my mind so that I can experience the dream on the highest vibrational frequency possible. So I find it very interesting when the doomsdayers come and try to tell me that, like, the government's coming to kill me, dude. There's going to be a polar shift, or all the planets are going to line up and suck me into a black hole. Only if I choose it to be so. Now, every now and then, man, I'll attach to, Alex Jones's scary story that America's going to end. And I'll go back to my root fear issue that I'm an American and liberty and all this stuff. But then I go, wait a minute. What truly is it to be a person experiencing the American dream? The true person experiencing the American dream is free of attachments to anything except liberty and freedom to choose for themselves, man. And so with that information, I don't need to live in fear. Literally, dude, I suppose if the door kicked in right now and there was a bunch of dudes dressed in black with machine guns and they shot me, I really wouldn't be that concerned about it, because I'm just a beam of light, and all they can do is remove my form from me. But the only way they can come and kick in my door is if I create them and manifest them kicking in my door. So to you guys out there, I just want to filter thing here really quick. Is this picture sums it all up, man. Oh, I got some glare going on. But it's slay the dragon. Just slay the dragon. And the dragon is all the negative thinking that we do, whether we're asleep or we're awake. Because if you're truly awake, anyway, that's the illusion. Unafraid of the end of the world, because it isn't real. See ya.